take a bag with 10 CVs in the bag, go to every industrial estate, knock the door, give the CV. I never dreamt of it because I'm not a dreamer. I'm a doer.
Everybody's mindset, perspective, or even definition of success right now is varied.
Freedom doesn't come free. You should always be responsible for your freedom. Success is not always about how much of wealth you create. It is about how you lead your life.
You built a strong people management across your team. People are working here for more than decades.
People have worked here, joined the company, got married, had kids, they married off them.
First 2 years, the whole world knows who they are. Their marketing is great, their branding is great, their sales is amazing. You have celebrities marketing your company. And then 3 years down the lane, nobody remembers who they are.
Just one word I would sum it up initially. It's been amazing.
Hi. So this is Why with AR. Why with AR explores the internal reasons behind a founder's choice, their beliefs, their emotional drivers, their identity drivers, the emotional logic that sits right beneath their strategy. This is not about what founders build, how they build, but mostly about why they build what they build, why they decide, and why they persist. So welcome to Why with AR. 3.5 decades in the same company, same market, same team, same mission, same motivation. And this is loyalty in its rarest form. I would say this is discipline, devotion. So 2 years ago, all of this changed. Then the founder of the company wanted to shut it all down. And Mr. Sunil did something most people wouldn't even dare to think of or even want to make a choice. He took it over. He didn't inherit it, he earned it. He took over a legacy that he was silently creating from 3.5 decades. So today, we have the man himself, Mr. Sunil. Let's ask him why. Welcome to Why with AR, Mr. Sunil. How are you?
Thank you so much. Yeah, great. Thank you so much for making me part of this, your journey.
It's an honor,
So,
sir.
yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So you are just not a founder, right? So from 3.5 decades, you were an employee in the same company. You took it over. Now you are the CEO of Advanced Electronic Systems and Solutions, right? And more to that, you're also a biker. You've written your own book, which is Footprints in 2016. I also know that you've done a Padayatra for 25 kilometers in 5 hours, and you're an avid traveler.
Yeah.
You also export to 5 different countries.
Yeah.
So tell me, so how has this journey been for you?
It's just one word I would sum it up initially. It's been amazing. You cannot script it. Okay, this kind of journey, you cannot script it, you can't plan it. But the way life has unfolded in front of me, it's been simply amazing. I mean, it's I never dreamt of it because I'm not a dreamer. I'm a doer, basically. And most of the things, what happens is on the cuff when you take some decisions which inherently being more of ethical values. I think it may take some time to grow, but it's a long shot. Okay, it's to be very honest. When I started a career, when I came down to Bangalore from Hubli after finishing my engineering, absolutely there was no idea what I'm going to do next because there's nobody to guide then. Yeah. Engineering was a little bit in the not say initial stages, but there are not many people to guide us initially. But somehow we had to do some job, so we came down to Bangalore. Luckily, I got my relative's house to stay in initially, and the first 3 months, I will tell you, like it was like every day morning, 9 o'clock, have your breakfast, take a bag with the 10 CVs in the bag, go to every industrial estate, knock the door, give the CV, go to the interview, get rejected, come out, go again, give to the next person, get rejected. And after 3 months of struggling, I finally landed a job. There was Advanced Electronic Systems then. And Mr. Kashinathan sir, he is my guru, mentor, whatever it is. I joined him, and since then the journey started from there. And believe me that I think it is one of the best companies to work in, and the best boss ever. I mean, you can never get a boss like him. There are a lot of things what you learn when you have the best part of a life journey is when you have a person, a boss or a senior with so much of ethics, with so much of culture, so much of empathy. You start getting ingrained by themselves without even he telling us. Yeah. A lot of things we learn through that kind of person. So I would, to be very honest, A lot of things what I learned from him. Of course, the culture at home, my parents, my grandmother especially. My grandmother had a huge influence. Like you mentioned about the book, I have a chapter on my grandmother for about 8 pages, and she has been phenomenal. She was phenomenal, and believe me, the kind of impact she had on me and my wife, and of course Sakshi. It's the kind of the culture she's built in us. It's even till today we carry it forward, and she's passed away since 18 years now. So since she passed away, but till today, me and my wife remember her at least once in a day. So family culture, your boss, the kind of boss you get in the initial stages of a career is very, very important. There's a brief phase where about after 3 years of working in ALS, there's a brief phase about 2 months where I jumped to some other company due to some reason. But believe me, that was a very toxic environment what I had there. It was cultures, what you call, I'm not getting the right word, so much of culture difference in working.
Yeah.
So, but I always believed in fate. Destiny, I always believed it. Is very, very subjective, individual perspective. But I always believed in fate because whatever I'm today, it's all been due to a fact. For a simple reason, I'll tell you how I came back to ALS. It's one of the beautiful stories what I have. I quit in 1994, November. By the way, I joined ALS in 11/11/1992, and I started my own company, Advanced Electronic Systems and Solutions, on 11/11/2024, and we entered the office at 11/11. So just out of the context. But so what happened when one of my senior who was working in ALS, he was about to get married in February. I just quit in November. His marriage was on, I guess, February 14th. So he invited me for the marriage. So I was there in that office, and then on the marriage day, when I came to greet him, entered the hall and then wished him and was coming back. Suddenly, my earlier boss, Mr. Kachansan sir, he just entered the hall, and we came face to face. Then we had a pleasantries. Then we sat for 5 minutes, and he told Sunil, "How is it going?" I told him, "Sorry, sir, I'm not happy with this job. I want to quit." Then he told, "Okay, that's it." Then I went back to the office, and next day morning at 9:30, then there are no mobile phones. So I got a call on the landline there, and boss told me, "Sunil, can we meet today evening at 8:30 in the office?" I told, "Okay, sir," because he is more of a personal relation than a boss kind of a thing. So 8:30, I went to him, and one statement he made, "Sunil, anyway, you're going to quit, right? Why don't you join us back?" So that's the reason I joined back there. And since then, the journey, wonderful journey started. And what I personally believe is the day we started the journey, I never looked at, to be honest, it's not like it's kind of a thing, but the financial aspects were never the criteria for me. We just started working. The main thing was to work. Fortunately or unfortunately, I got into sales. But now, when retrospectively, when I think back, that's the best profession what I got into. Sales and marketing builds the kind of person I knew, which no other, uh, probably no other profession may give you that.
Sales
Because
is a life skill, sir.
literally, I've changed
Yeah.
180 degrees actually. Like
Of
I was like this, and what the important factor, what it teaches you is that you're very small. You don't know anything. Because when you go out on the field, meet so many clients, so many people we meet, they have so much of beautiful stories, so much of knowledge they have, and it is, and you start imbibing those things,
Yeah.
and consciously or unconsciously you start implementing in your life.
Correct.
So that is one simple example is about the boss. What I was telling you is when I started working with him, he's a very, very simple man. He is a crorepati, but very, very simple. He's more of a technocrat than a businessman. For my marriage, my sister had gifted me a gold bracelet. Okay. After seeing my boss, he was so simple. He never wore any gold on him, even madam also. So I thought, I mean, boss, he is like this. It's not fair on my part to wear. So I don't have a ring, engagement ring, nor the gold bracelet. I removed that and made a change for my daughter. So these are some things what I feel is when you start working with people, the right kind of people early in your life, how it impacts your psyche, your way of working, that makes a huge difference. So that was the initial stage of this, and we started working for about 30 years. Was a long journey, but today I feel it's very short. It's so wonderful. I would say, like I used to mention to a lot of my friends that I was being paid for my hobby, not for the job.
Right.
I love traveling. And one of the best part is boss gave me full freedom. I was on my own right from the beginning. I was on my own. He never interfered in my work. But at the same time, I took the full responsibility. This one thing what I always tell the students when I go and tell the students in the colleges. This one thing I tell the students always is that freedom doesn't come free. You should always be responsible for your freedom.
Yeah.
You just can't tell I want only the freedom.
Correct.
Okay, you also have to be responsible for that freedom.
Yeah.
When your parents give you freedom, you have to make sure that you value that freedom properly.
Utilize it in
Utilize the
manner.
right way. So same thing here. Boss never interfered. Same, I reciprocated by doing things probably which even he never thought. And there was a time after 3-4 years when I started feeling that this company is in my blood. Okay, it went on like that. I was so passionate. In fact, some of my friends who are business colleagues who knew both of us very well, they used to joke me, ಏನು ಸುನಿಲ್ ಕಾಶಿನಾಥನವರ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ ನೀ ಯಾಕೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋತೀಯಾ ಅಂತ. But that's how we are built. So when you start working, make sure that you give 100%, more than 100% to the company because it is feeding you.
Right.
Okay. One more thing, what I felt then and today's generation is that when we joined, we were made very clear what is the package, what you're going to get.
Correct.
And never we looked back at that. And then we just started working.
Yeah.
We never felt, oh no, I ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Why should I work more? I'm paid only this. When I started working and I had a lot of subordinates which are coming in, subordinate might be the wrong word. My colleagues, I would rather put it as colleagues. We started working. There are certain people, I always felt that, sir, I'm being paid less. You're told in the beginning how much you're going to be paid.
Yeah.
When we train you, you become capable of handling certain things. When start a little bit of contributing, you start showing your colors. You come and tell, sir, salary is less. I think that's a very wrong way of putting things. And in fact, to be honest with you, I worked for 30 years. The whole thing was built by me. It's not arrogant statement. It's from the heart. Really did well. One day I told my boss, actually, I told my boss one day, sir, my grandmother has told me one thing. Always be like this. Don't be like this. I will never ask you even a single paisa. 30 years, man, out in once I went in and sir, I'm doing so much of work. You have to pay me more. No. My job is to do the work. It will come. And I always believed in karma coming back. And one more thing, what I would like to tell generation is that when you talk about start working, success is not always about how much of wealth you create. It is about how you lead your life.
Yeah.
Because wealth is not the only thing which makes you happy. There are so many constants in your life, like your family, your friends, your colleagues. There's so much of people who you get connected with, and probably if you don't have the right kind of set of people for you to enjoy that, it doesn't make any sense. In fact, I have a small story. It's a fact. It's a fact which has happened. I kept traveling, right, and one of the evening I went for dinner. I was sitting alone, and I had about 3 guys sitting next to me, and they're all between 25 to 30. So I was having my dinner and they were enjoying. Then suddenly one of the guys sitting next to me asked me, sir, what is it you do? I told him I got a company working. This is what is happening now. Then he had a couple of other questions. Then finally, suddenly, out of nowhere, out of the blue, he just asked me, sir, I have a question. Can I ask you? I told him, okay, please. Sir, according to what is happiness? It was very shocking. I mean, suddenly you come out with this kind of a question. I told him, see, boss, every day morning, there is a lady, municipality lady, who comes in front of us to sweep the roads. Every day morning, me or my wife will give her a cup of tea. That is our happiness. But somebody is telling, sir, how easily you put the happiness, sir? I have a friend who's got so much money, but he doesn't have happiness. I told him, what you're doing now is an enjoyment. Happiness is something where you have in your heart. When you recollect that instant, you have a smile on your face. So these are some things which I feel is what I always felt I should fully credit to my parents also, then my wife and my daughter for carrying forward that culture of sharing and giving and finding happiness in that.
Yeah.
So, in fact, one more incident while on travel. I was traveling in a train and standing near the door, and then suddenly one very young guy came and stood next to me, and we started a conversation. Then he asked me, what are you doing, sir? I told him, this is what. I could guess that he is always intentional how much of package I was getting. what I was doing, nearly the financial. I told him only one statement, boss, I work on the principles of Mahabharata. It's just do my duty, leave it to God. Sir, you are the first, he told me that you are the first person in my life who has given this kind of a answer. So what I feel is, you just enjoy your work and take it forward. And always felt, I go to address a lot of students to colleges on some kind of project-based learning kind of a thing. And I always tell the students that the day you start proportionating your work with your salary, your inherent potential will not come out.
Correct.
You have to have that in you that, boss, I'm going to work.
I'm going to give my 100%.
More than 100%, I'll give it. Let us see what happens. And believe me, for all the people who work hard, someday or the other, it'll come in some form or the other.
Yeah.
So this, in a nutshell. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So your journey has been a lot of things, right? You met a lot of people. You said you worked in sales. You actually joined as a marketing intern here in this company.
Yeah.
And never would you have thought you would acquire this company one day,
No way.
right? So I want to understand something very deep. So although you worked in this company for 3.5 decades, you were basically the owner of the company. You were the boss. Wherever you went, I'm sure people would have recognized this company because of you as
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
But there would be a slight shift in your mindset once you were working and you started owning the company, when you became the CEO of this company. What internal logic changed for you in the way you wanted to manage the company?
To be honest, like, I used to talk to my before all this thing 30 years back. I mean, 3 years back when this happened. Before that, I was telling my friend, boss, I'm tired of these technical things. I'm going to retire. My wife is a painter, by the way. She's a wonderful painter. And she has a small company. She paints. I thought, chalo, let's leave it. Or let's leave the technical part of it. And then let's have a small workshop and a small shop where I'll help my wife to promote her things. So I thought, enough of technical things. But when the day came when boss told me that, Sunil, probably, I guess I have to close this because of health issues and other things. Initially, I told, okay. I mean, but then one day I was sitting and analyzing the things, and then I felt that 40 years of a company legacy with so many clients, so many products on the field, so many people depending on us for the support. I felt it not right to live like this. So then I took a call, whatever happens, let me take a plunge and see how it goes. Absolutely no idea how I'm going to do it. I went and told my boss that, sir, I feel I should take it forward because I am answerable to a lot of people on the field and nobody knows you. They'll not call you, but they're going to call me for, and I have to answer a lot of questions. Then he was very polite. He was very nice and told me, Sunil, you come with the plan, whatever is it, I'm ready to do it. Then I told him, so this is a plan. I had, to be honest, that moment it was very tough for me and I was not in a position or I did not have the courage to start on my own. So I spoke to one of my very close friend who had a company already. So I told him, boss, this is what is happening. So if you agree, we can collaborate and start the work. So he agreed. Very nice of him to have agreed. And then we totally transferred all the things. The agreement was done with the company. And we started the operations in July 1st, 2022. And I was a partner there. We started working. So, like, for your question, I think it was just an extension of what I was doing, to be very honest. There was not a kind of a thing, I'm going to be the owner, I have to change the things. It was never the fact, to be very honest. Like, it was whatever I was doing there. There also I was handling a team, a lot of people, where a lot of experiments I did. In fact, to be honest, like, one of the experiment what I did was, before we hire, sometimes what happens, you just come for an interview, you like him or don't like him, whatever it is. If you like him, everything is okay, you give an appointment letter. There was an incident where his name is Nandish, by the way. That person, when he came for an interview, sometimes he had the gut feeling, right? I mean, interviews, no, not this guy, something like that. So when he walked in, I felt no. And then we spoke for a few minutes. Then he told, sorry, Nandish, I'll not be able to take you. Then he told, okay, sir. He was just walking. But I felt very nice about the guy. So then I told him, Nandish, I'll give one solution to this. You work for 15 days without salary. You come 9 to 5:30, you work as a normal employee, but I'll not pay you for 15 days. After 15 days, if I like you, if you're fit into this, we'll take you and I'll pay for 15 days. He agreed. He agreed, came and worked for 20 days. It was very nice of him to come, and believe me, that he was a polytechnic person, studied in Dumkur. But believe me, within 2 years, that guy almost become like an R&D engineer. He was a support team. One of the fact why I bring this example is everywhere I go, I give the example is primarily for the fact that it is not your degrees which give you skill and knowledge.
Yeah.
It never guarantees you. Your degrees only give you that graduation kind of a tag, but to get a skill and knowledge, you have to work hard.
Yeah.
What I found in this person was systematically working. He was a field engineer, by the way. He used to go out on the field, come back tired, sun, may or rain, whatever it is. Come back to the office, sit religiously, take a product, go in depth. And I can say that many of the orders what we got is primarily because of a technical acumen rather than the product or the pricing.
Right.
So what I keep telling all the people is that you have to sit and work. Don't waste your time. So this is how you get people. This is one of the examples started. But coming back to your question that why it started, it is just an, I think, a natural extension of work what I was doing, and that one thought where I am responsible to so many people.
You want to carry forward that legacy.
Carry forward legacy. And you know what? The best part what I feel today is when meet a client, you know what they tell me? Sunil, for us, ALS is not a company, it is an emotion. I feel so happy, that I don't think any other companies, the big companies, will get the compliment like this. These things drive us.
Yeah.
We never went behind any what you call the financial gains of this. It's just happily working. Okay, chalo boss. Even have a good set of colleagues, business colleagues, where we meet often and we talk. Believe me, any of these meetings, there is never a discussion of financial matters. It's always about how to build a good product. How do we service the clients? How well we can improve the manual so that students get benefited. What are the training programs we can do so that we can impart a lot of knowledge to the students. This has always been the kind of talks what we have.
So in your journey, sir, so far, I'm sure you will have made hundreds of decisions, right? Some of them come from data, some of them come from metric. But there would be one decision that you would have made purely out of your instinct or gut. Like you would have foregone all the data and the logics, and it would have changed the position of a company. Is there any incident where you only went with your gut for a decision?
When we started off, like since boss was always been a technical person, so his thought process as a business, it's right or wrong, it's no discussions. He always wanted only the products manufactured by us to be sold.
Okay.
But one day I felt when we have this kind of an client base, why not leverage on that? So then I thought, then we started something called a trading branch. It was a field that why not leverage on a brand image? That changed the whole dimension of the company. So it is not about just about the kind of business what it generated, but the kind of a mileage it gave to us.
Right.
Expansion wise, getting in new products, different kind of products. But one thing I always felt that I can't do everything. Just one company can't. It's always been a JV. I have a joint venture with some people who are good people. So I always felt whenever I should tell, there are a lot of competitors on the field, and I should tell them we're all friends. I never thought anybody is a competitor. Most of them are collaborators. Because if we got a good product, why not I take it and sell it? Why should I break my head to build that product again? It's like reinventing a wheel. There's no point in that. So I always worked on that principle where always being a collaborator with somebody, get a product and sell it. And selling is always based on your strengths.
Correct.
And strengths of your company, brand, strength of your selling abilities, and the strength of the products. And this has been like your question. It is just like this is one thing that leveraging the brand image is one. Leveraging not in the wrong way, but in the right way where we are able to cater to a lot of people on the field. Because generally our cardinal rule was, even I tell my boys that never do negative marketing. We never spoke ill about anybody's company. I used to tell the clients, sir, you are a technical man. I'm going to show my product. My competitor will show his product. You are the better just to evaluate the product and choose which is best one. I do not sit here to tell what are the negatives about others. It is totally wrong in the competitive world, but that's the way I worked. But that gave a lot of idea. In fact, I'll tell you a small story in this regard. When in a particular college, we had two competitors right opposite each other in the same room, and the management came in And they told me, like, Sunil, you tell what is the negative about this company. So I was forced to do it. I told all the negatives about that company. And believe me, after that thing was over, immediately went to that head of that company. I shook hands and told, so I'm sorry for this. I was forced to do it. Generally, I don't do this. So this is what the kind of things we work on, ethics and principles. And to pinpoint to your question is a little bit difficult because it is a series of things have happened, and that's how it has taken forward. And a lot of products, a lot of people, like believe me, last 1 year, a lot of companies have come in on their own to collaborate with us, trying to sell their product and those kind of things. It's how spinning up.
So, and in your journey, you were briefly talking about Nandis, the way you hire people, right? Which is very, very important when you're especially in a position where you're managing people, you're building employment. Hiring the right people at the right time of your company is very, very important. So I'm very curious to understand why you choose certain people and how do you choose certain people in your company?
It's very touchy. Generally, hiring is a very tedious process, and you have to be damn lucky. Yeah? One thing I always felt in 30 years, 33 years, he had to be damn lucky to get good people. And I was very lucky uh, to get some amazing people in the journey. Even till today, even if they have quit after 20 years, even till now they are in touch with me. They come and tell me, sir, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬೈದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೈದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಟ್ ಟುಡೇ at every appraisal I remember you, the kind of with the guidance you have given me. So it's very difficult to, hiring is a very difficult process. What has changed? I don't know. Like earlier, when for one position we just give an ad in the newspaper, we used to get about 500 applications. Today we are not getting. We need people. People are telling there are no jobs. Today we need people, but they're not coming. So I don't know what's the problem is actually. But of late we found that always go by reference. You tell your people close to you, friends, colleagues. So somebody, you got a good guy, please send. The situation is something like this. Not even a word good. We need a guy. It's come to that stage where we need some person. But what I always felt is not your intelligence. When I hire especially, I don't look at the intelligence or how smart he is or something. His attitude, his commitment to the work. All the other things we can take care of. Right. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is intelligent enough to know everything from day one. All those things, they're a process in which you train them. Because we know what happens in the colleges now. Training is a process which we do. And they learn a lot of things on the field also.
Right.
But unless you don't have the right attitude towards work and that sincerity and honesty about work, nothing will help you. Even though you may be brilliant, but unless that you have that right attitude, it will not take you. I'll give an example for this. That the most important aspect is when you start working. Very, very important is how good a team player you are.
Right.
You can't work in isolation.
Correct.
Because it's all about, you need somebody to help you at some stage.
Right.
I can't sit, I'm the owner, I can't boss around.
Yeah.
The days are gone. Okay, it's all about
founders are not bosses anymore.
We are part of the team. We are all colleagues, basically. One of the person, I'll not take the name, brilliant guy. I guess probably 80-90 lakhs per annum. You know what? Most of the company, when I hesitant to take him, primarily he was not a good team person. I had a bad experience with that person. We got one product developed, but it doesn't come to my expectations. Not come to my expectations. And he was not at all willing to, accept that there are flaws in the design. It is not the way we wanted it. I've done it. This is my way of working. You look out. So these things will not, see, the main thing is that these things what we value more. When people are receptive to certain feedbacks, that's how we all improve. Even till now, I get a lot of feedback from my daughter. She scolds me. A lot of colleagues who I ask them, sir, what I ask them actually, what anything wrong about this, the way we operate. It's all learning curve. Till the end, it's all a learning curve. The way we take
learning never ends.
Never ends. So that's how it is actually. I mean, there's no. It's the intuition plays a very important role while hiring. Okay, this guy is going to be good.
Right.
And I'll give one more example. What happens when you don't have right people? We had one person. He was very good, technically very sound, and one day what happened was, like, a team was there, and Deepa is our main admin. Even then, So even till now, she's more than 15, 18, she's been with us. And she was the center of that office work where everybody used to tell her, all the field people tell her, you send him here, you send him here. One of the guys who was an engineer, and one day he made a statement to her, I'll not listen to you. You are no one to tell me. And they had a small altercation there, and but I don't know about this. So next morning when I came to the office, one of the my colleague, he came and told, sir, yesterday these things happened. He was very rude with her. So that moment, then he just, it was about 9:15 something, he just walked in into the office, the bag. I just called him, please come, leave your bag, please walk out. On the spot, he was sent out. The point of thing is, it's not about my authority to send somebody out, but the point is that the respecting somebody else, any job, dignity of labor, whatever it is, you have to respect, because even the housekeeping is very important for the company. Okay, so you have to respect that. Unless people learn that and don't get carried away by their degrees or their profile or something like that, it will not work out.
So this is a culture that you've built in ALS for so long, and I think this is one of the main reasons most of our employees are here for more than a decade as well, which is
More than
very
3 decades.
very, very rare,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So there were values for ALS even when you were an employee, and values that are existing today even when you took over the company, right? Are there certain values that you have changed once you took over the company, and if so, why?
It's very hard to say, but no, I guess most of the inherent things, whatever was there, it has been carried out. But one thing, what I felt personally, like it's something which is very personal, but everybody needs appreciation more than the monetary things. No, sometimes some people need appreciation, which I felt it was not, my boss was a very nice man. So, but he was not forthright in appreciating people. Like, you do something, hey, come on, nice.
And
He was not like that.
motivating people.
Yeah, motivating people. So he was nothing wrong about his nature.
Right.
But for me, what I felt was motivating people is the most important thing when you, especially as a sales team. And that's the reason what I did was I started taking my team to lunch on Saturdays, every Saturday, once in a month for dinner. So it started gelling very well. So that's the whole complexion of the team changed when we started doing these activities. Then what I started was every year I used to have a award ceremony for my team, for sales and marketing team. I used to coin my own words, like outstanding engineer of the year, most valuable engineer, something like that, and get some mementos. Have a small get together and then give it to them. So this is one thing what I've think which I did personally, which we will continue to do this, and those things were there. I mean, there's
I
nothing
think that's
specific.
a very important factor that all of us miss, sir, because especially in sales and marketing, when these two other departments driving the entire
Absolutely.
company and
Absolutely.
making your company visible to the market out there, like you said, you're meeting a lot of people. It is very draining, right?
Absolutely.
And although a lot of people do join sales for the money factor,
Yeah.
it is basically the appreciation, the motivation that you get along the way, which helps you compound your sales much
Yes.
better.
Absolutely.
So that is one of the values that you inculcated in ALS that was not there earlier.
Yeah.
Right. So what are the few principles or the main two principles that ALS works on, and why do you think that exists for ALS?
One is ethics in business and the kind of a commitment we have towards our clients. Any sales, any service call will be attended within 72 hours or 96 hours. If it doesn't happen, we always tell them it will be the next week. Ethics, I can give you a lot of examples in ethics. What we do is that generally when you have a salespeople, they want to make numbers, right? I mean, they try to put in a lot of products. There are cases wherein we have told our clients, so please don't buy this. It is not useful to you.
Okay.
It is extra. Why you're wasting your money? So these are kind of things what we do even till date. And one more thing, what classic example is one when I was working with Sir earlier, we got an order. We had quoted for 2 products, which is 56,000 rupees for 2 products, 28,000 each. And 28,000 for 2 products. Then the client sent the PO. It was actually, he made 56,000. He thought 28 per unit. So he made it 56,000. Moment we saw the PO, boss told me, Sunil, ask them to please change this. It is only 28,000, not 56,000. In all possibility, the client would have known this later. But that moment you see this and you make it changes, that's what is important. That shows your character.
Right.
Ethics is very, very important. And today, believe me, about 1 week back, I got a call from one of the professors asking for suggestions. Sunil, ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ, what should I do, what product should I buy? And lastly, he made a statement. You're the last person I'm calling because I know you're going to give correct inputs. So that's the kind of reputation we have built. Whenever I also tell my boys, never do any false sales. Or it's only about monetary things. It's always about first is having a good product, then how do you support it technically, and how do you solve the queries of the clients. So it's very, very important. I've seen a lot of companies who just sell and
Yeah, just for the sake of making a sale.
it's happening. We are seeing right in front of us.
Right. You've also written an 800 slide
Yeah,
your engineering. What made you write that, sir? I really want to understand what was your perspective that you wrote
it's
down.
a very good thing actually. See, I've been going to colleges and delving talk to students on something called project-based learning.
Right.
Today, I strongly felt about 20 years back, I came this concept to my boss actually. I told him, sir, let's devise this new concept of project-based learning, which is very, very important because students will learn a lot in project-based learning rather than the conventional way of learning. But boss, the first statement my boss made was, Sunil, the clients do not buy what is there in the syllabus. How do you expect them to buy this, which is out of the curriculum? But that day I made a statement to him. I told him, sir, today or tomorrow things will change. They will change the way they teach engineering. That time it will be useful, sir. Today it's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Why did that idea stem in you? Like, what was the trigger for you to?
Yeah, so I'll tell you when day in and out we go and meet colleges. Students, right? Faculty we meet. One thing what I was feeling was I was invited as an external examiner for project evaluation also. And whenever I used to go to some colleges, if there's a project exhibition, they used to call me, sir, Bunny Nodi. So whenever we ask some simple questions, the project is working. But when you make a little bit dig into that, trying to understand the finer points, they're not able to explain.
Right.
That just doesn't happen with conventional way of working. It needs an extra mile to go, and a lot of effort is required. It's not easy when you go in for the project-based learning. So when I was seeing all this, I felt there's something is wrong. And it's a company like us who should take care of this, step in and take action on this. Whether it's implemented or not is secondary. At least today everybody talks. Industry people talk, oh, there's a gap in education and academia and industry. But what are the industry? What are we doing to bridge that gap?
Who's filling the gap?
Fill the gap.
Yeah.
So I took that step then, and that was only intention was try to give them a lot of insight to how the product development happens. Even when you work on a board, what are the things you have to look at when you go to the labs, especially the labs? How do you do your labs determines how good an engineer will be. This is what I was focusing on. This was only intention for me to start that project-based learning. And I'll tell you a very important incident. Once I used to get a very good feedback on that. My talk is just for 1.5 hours, 2 hours max. One of the colleges, when I delivered this talk, I should take a feedback from students, written feedback, so that I have to improve. Right. Because there are very good students who actually give very good feedback. Believe me, 7th semester student, almost one leg out of the college, that girl wrote only one statement in the feedback. So today I came to know I don't know anything electronics. 7th semester. Moment I saw that statement, I called that girl, I congratulated her for having guts to write something like this first.
Right.
But then what I felt was not about my talk, but what I felt was the kind of gap we have. Actual what is needed and what is being taught. So this is what I was been striving and trying to do. This project-based learning is happening. One of the colleges, when I went and gave the lecture, then the HOD sir came to me and told, sir, why don't you take a subject? Now there is a provision in all engineering colleges where industry person can go and take a subject for students. If I told him, no, sir, we don't have time for that, and it's not easy to teach. Like a full subject is very, you have to be get in a lot of depth. It's a lot of effort we have to put in, not just I go and talk something. I was not prepared for that. I told him, sorry, sir, I can't do this. Then I told Sunil, anyway, you're doing a product development now. Why don't you do something on this product development process? That triggered me. From that day, I took close to about 8 months to build this content.
Right.
It's a lot of effort has gone into this, a lot of thought process, a lot of understanding the concepts, and it's totally about 850 slides is the content. And when I showed to some professors, and they were stunned, like, Sunil, no industry person will put so much of effort into this. It's just because of their passion you have done this. There's no financial thing there. It is just about, for me, it was, I don't know when I'm going to deliver it, but the content is ready, and probably after I retire, I want to go and just do the delivery of this content, because many people are told, sir, it is like Gita, something, it's something like that for engineers. It has to be taken out and given to the students. And it is not just about the content. What I feel is, even if I give those slides to somebody, probably he may not be able to deliver it the way I can deliver it.
Correct.
Probably because the thought process is very important. When you put a slide, one sentence or one point, how to extrapolate it is very, very important. That only the person who has done that will know.
Correct.
So this is what I felt. The content is ready. It is a lot of passion. It is more about, it is out of nothing. It's just a
It's
passion.
your passion project that you're.
That's it. I'm very happy about it.
Your gift to the engineering world.
I think so. I mean, it's not a great, very, very elementary, but
Right.
I felt it's
Needed.
needed.
It's needed.
Yeah.
So if you can summarize, so it is called your perspective of engineering, right? So in your perspective, if you could summarize that in one line, what is your perspective of engineering, sir?
I don't know, it should be told on air, but I always keep telling, like, whenever I go to any college, I don't fear anything. That one of the things which is personal opinion, I may be totally wrong. One thing which is failing is that the placement cell in the colleges, they are making it too easy for students, whether you know the context or not, content or not, concepts or not, somehow you get a job. As I told in the beginning, they have to go out on the, like what we did then,
Right.
go out, explore, get rejected. Because what I always felt is, anything comes easy, free for you, you don't value it. You have to work towards it. You have to work hard to get that. Then you know the real value of it. Like what had happened to me when I got a job after 3 months of effort, I felt I had to really value it, because it's so difficult to get a job. I really started valuing from day one. Probably that one incident of that not getting a job for 3 months, of struggling so much, is the factor that, okay, I was totally committed to the job. Today, placement cell is one thing, but they make it very easy for students to get a job or something. Placement assistance is important,
Right.
but don't guarantee them the job. And one more thing is the packages. Today, every Tom, Dick, Harry talks about only about packages without self-realizing what stuff I have got or not to claim that kind of a package. And for this, I also feel the parents are equally responsible, because I've seen parents who come to the colleges for admissions, they don't talk anything about the college infra, don't talk about what faculty are there to teach. So what is the package he'll get?
Why do you think this is happening, sir, in this generation? Of course, AI is making everything easy. It's jobs these days, placements, hiring these days does not look the same as it was earlier. Let's say for a particular reason of convenience. But do you think there is a reason for us to still utilize our old ways in the present generation as well? And if so, in your perspective, why?
I'm totally traditionalist. Okay. I don't use ChatGPT often. Often I'll not use it much. Even when I do presentations, I want to do it on my own.
Right.
Because I have to fill in my knowledge. A lot of people may not like this statement, but this is how I am. I want to work the way I want to work. Nobody can tell me you have to use this, that, whatever it is. I mean, even drafting letters, it may not be grammatically okay. But for me, the important thing is how they convey my thoughts to the other person. Main thing is the business. Okay, so that has been a thing. But what I'm feeling is it is becoming too materialistic in a way, where everybody measures somebody else's success by amount of wealth he has generated, or on the true values of what he's been working. A simple example: a lot of friends are there in the colleges, like who are placement officers, professors, HODs. A lot of friends are there now. When I go to college, I joke to them, sir, why is it necessary that you have to put a package for this job profile? Why don't you put what is that skills he needs to get this job? Then at the bottom, a small portion, you put the package. Nobody pays you free.
Correct.
You need that skill,
Yeah.
that talent you need.
Right.
How does they get it? That you focus, no?
Right.
Why not driving students today? It's all colleges have to blame a certain extent where everybody is behind packages. Oh, our college has got a student has got a 50 lakh package. I mean, why are you bringing that imbalance? But every job is important.
It's a marketing
Yeah.
thing also.
Yeah.
Colleges basically.
That's what I got an answer.
Yeah.
The actual answer was that I don't want to spell it out. Good, you told it. It's not right on my part to tell that. And it's all very materialistic. They don't really enjoy. I mean, they don't really understand what. Sorry, I don't really the wrong statement to make. But trying to understand what life is all about.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was reading an article. Somebody made a statement in Bangalore that 1 crore of salary is not enough in Bangalore, or something like that. It is so crazy. I mean, people are there more happily than guys who are getting more salary. I've seen that.
Correct.
Okay, so let's not put this kind of a thing that only money makes you happy.
Right. And I think that is the true essence of our conversation also, right? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because everybody's mindset, perspective, or even definition of success right now is varied. For some people, it is freedom. For some people, it is having control of their time. For some people, it is money. And for some people, it is just passion, right? So you are somebody who's driven actually by passion, and you still have stuck to your own ways, traditionally working, putting your essence into the company. And that is definitely your character of what you've built so far, yourself, what you've built so far has bleeded into the company. You've built a strong culture. You've built a strong people management across your team. People are working here for more than decades. So, operational excellency is also something that is very important for a company to sustain.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get this wrong in the initial days of the company as well, right? They're chasing unrealistic metrics. They're chasing ambitious that are so
impossible to achieve sometimes.
Exactly. So, how does your decision go about bringing operational excellence in your companies?
Great. This is something adding to your success. I always tell people when friends when you're talking about travel, I'll tell. For me, success is something when I go and hit the bed in the night,
Yeah.
I should fall asleep.
Yeah.
That is my success.
Yeah.
Don't carry any baggage. That is my success. Coming to your point, like it's to be very honest, even when working with sir, that all these 33 years, it's totally not a good segment to make. But to be honest, there was never a target. So we always went about doing we never worried about ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇದು I mean we always felt we have to just work, things will happen. But to be honest, all these years, a very very small company, probably turnover of company is probably a package of a mid-size CEO. That's it. But we are all happy. People have worked here, joined the company, got married, had kids, they married off them. Very small company. Generations. And they're all happy. It's not that, I mean, we are part of the team and I know everybody is happy. It's not that, oh, salary kadme, they're not happy. No, nothing like that. So, nothing wrong. I mean, I'm not making a judgment or statements here.
Every company is different.
So, we never worked on that kind of that pressurized way of actual sales company. I always keep telling my boys, boy, you people have to be in some professional companies where they really make you give the numbers.
Right.
So, but for us, it is, we know the market, how it is. Like you rightly put it, unrealistic targets is something where you put a lot of pressure on the people not to work. And even when we started out of this journey, thanks to Sakshi, and she made only one statement to me, Appa, don't worry about success and failure. You got an opportunity to start, please do it.
Yeah.
I thank my wife and daughter for being full support in this. And that's how we taken forward. And the day we built it, it was very, very clear. We wanted to build a very good company on ethics and principles and happy working environment. No pressures. People have to come, they have to enjoy their work, and whatever possible from our end, we will do it. And I can really put a couple of examples where how my daughter has, she's got that our culture. Once it so happened that initial stages of our company where there were no furnitures and we have a shortage of things. I was sitting, she was sitting next to me, and one of the senior person came to discuss. He was standing and talking. Suddenly she went out. She got a chair and told, sir, please, Kutukodi. For us, no, for people like us who are traditionalists, these things matter a lot.
Yeah.
How your kid,
Yeah.
how she
The manner
gels
that is
with
developed in her
the
character.
that's very important. And one more day, one professor came in. He came from Gulbarga all the way.
Right.
He never came in 30 years to ALS. Moment I started, he came with his kids. They were in MTech, both the son and daughter. He saw and was very happy for me. And Sakshi was not there that time. And suddenly he saw everything. He was very happy. Suddenly Sakshi walked in. And I introduced Sakshi, professor from Gulbarga, Mr. Aurad, and she's my daughter Sakshi. Sir told Sakshi that it's very good, Sakshi, very nice company. It's come out very well. You did a great job. You know what she told? Sir, it's all Kashinathan sir's blessings. Kashinathan sir is my boss. When she used that word, I felt so happy because we should always have a gratitude. Krutagnata is very, very important. So gratitude in life to people who have helped you. It's very, very important. So when I see her, and you know what, when we started off, she has made a small chamber where with the easy chairs and all. She told me, believe me, I worked for 30 years. It never crossed my mind. She told me, Appa, this space, we are going to keep it specifically for people. When they're working, if they're tired, let them come take rest. Or if they're not well, they let them come and take rest. I was wondering, boss, this is what the new gen brings in sometimes.
Right.
Okay. And one more thing she told me that, Appa, will talk to individually to all the people, try to understand what medical issues they have, and then we keep emergency medicines in case they need it. I never thought about this, to be very honest. But when I saw her doing this, I felt so happy. I felt it is the right. I told her, in fact, if you don't join, I'll not start. Because I wanted somebody from the family to, because we put in a lot of effort, money. I want this legacy to go forward. So she was good enough to, immediately she quit the job. She came and handling a lot of things, which is helping me.
So, what you just described, so ALS has built a company that's been sustaining for decades for a very reason that you know how to take care of your people.
Yeah.
Right? And like we were discussing initially, your sole purpose of even working here or taking over this company is because, one, you love what you're doing, you're passionate about it. Second, you also know how to take care of your customers, how to take care of your people, what culture to set. And that has now led your daughter also to lead the company the same manner, right? And this is one of the greatest examples that I can, in today's world, understand that where companies have exponential spikes and they go down and they shut down in 3 to 4 years.
Absolutely.
Because first 2 years, the whole world knows who they are. Their marketing is great, their branding is great, their sales is amazing. You have celebrities marketing your company. And then 3 years down the lane, nobody remembers who they are.
Absolutely, yes.
But here with ALS, you've created a lasting impact. Right? Customers, your mentor also, students. You're making an impact on the educational system. You're making an impact on the industry as well.
Yes.
So today, sir, if you had to look back and you had to tell yourself in 1992 one thing that you wish you knew, what was that?
This is very important. I failed in one of the things is how to make it bigger. Then if one thing which probably if I had an idea, how to scale it up is one thing, because it not scale to the extent which what I thought it would. And
But do you think that is important, sir? Sustenance is
much
important
but
than scale.
yeah. But what I feel in business as you grow, no, one is sustaining is very, very important, where you're never in the red, and you keep going happily doing things. But there's one moment of success which comes in when you scale up a little bit, and that it's not about numbers always. It's about just feeling that good. I mean, we are growing big.
Yeah.
That's one thing what I feel.
You would have told yourself.
Then how to plan it out, which I no regrets do. Absolutely no regrets do. But I would still feel that we should have scaled it up a little bit more.
So what has this business taught you about yourself in this journey?
More than the business, I feel the profession, the career in sales.
Right.
It has changed the whole perspective, the personality in me. I was the most introvert. I never went out of the house, always that homesick kind of a guy. Even went to any event, anywhere in Hubli. Basically, we are from Hubli. Anywhere night, even if it is 12, I had to come back home and sleep in my house. That's the kind of mindset I had. Never mingled with people. I not even talk to my cousins sometimes. Always in the room sometimes. But sales taught me how to live life.
Right.
It is there in my book also. Like a guy who never spoke to people openly on a New Year, dancing on the roadside with strangers is what sales has taught me. So this is I would
You've
summarize.
done that?
Yeah,
Why did you do that?
New Year celebration. Just we came out of friends, family. We went out for
Okay.
party. About 12:30, we were coming out, and suddenly I saw a group of people, unknown people, random. They were standing at the roadside, this car dancing. So I joined them. So they also, oh, come on, sir. So these things, it's really that's what I felt. That is life.
Right.
Spontaneous,
living.
spontaneous things. One of the things which I really miss, I feel, is spontaneous humor, which I miss, which is deadly in my daughter. And I had one more colleague, like Ravi is one of them, who had a beautiful, wonderful spontaneous humor. Sometimes while driving, sometimes I recollect those dialogues and start laughing. So that spontaneous humor is very, very important, which I feel I miss. But coming back to that, again, that the thought process of people thinking only success about wealth. Recently, Sakshi posted them on WhatsApp status. I don't have my mobile. I don't because she writes very complicatedly, so I can't remember that. So she told inheritance is not always about money,
Right.
but wherever you go, you're told that your father is the best man. That's what is called inheritance. So I really thank her for understanding this, that uh, leading a good, meaningful, empathetical life is more important than making only money.
That's the moment you felt like you won.
Absolutely.
You won in
Absolutely.
life.
And one more thing, blessing comes in so many ways. I tell success, a daughter has been the biggest blessing, to be very honest, touch wood. She started surprising us from the 7th standard. 7th standard, you believe me that on our anniversary, she gifted us a couple's watch. But when she gave me that couple's watch, the first thing I was not totally happy. First thought was, how did she get that money to buy this? But then asked, how did you get? She then told the kitty bank, the piggy bank, or people say, yeah. So she took that money, went alone to the shop, gifted us that. And every anniversary, she gives a handwritten notes to us. And one of them is very beautiful. It's a big one. I think probably, I guess it was 18 or something like that. Then that I framed it in my house. And there's one particular word in that, where what she told to me. Sometimes they surrender to each other. When I sent this total thing to one of my friend Jeevan, who is a very close business and personal friend, he's a Jain basically. When he read this, he told Sunil, "Agar a बच्ची इस उम्र में इसको समझती है surrender word को, she's something else."
Yeah.
Something.
Thinking about her age.
Yeah. So that's one of the. This is what I feel. That's in family. Like my wife, incomparable.
So what is the one thing this journey has taught you? So if you have to summarize in a word or a sentence.
Life is beautiful. It's what I felt. Just enjoy it without expectations from anyone. I firmly feel that karma comes back to you. Do good work, it'll come back to you. What I've seen, the 32 years of effort what I put in, last 1 year I've seen that coming back to me. How people have supported me, how they went out of the way to give me business, help in payments. So this is what the journey is beautiful. It's one thing is a mindset. Just your mindset makes all the difference.
Right.
Recently, I went to one of the college, a professor we were discussing. I thought I was an astrologer initially. Then suddenly he saw me and told, Sunil, you're always happy. Yes, sir, I am. Then again, he's an astrologer. He told, that's the nature in you. You're always happy. So keep yourself happy. And that's what I learned. Like, don't crib about things. And content. What I felt is today, luckily for me, wife and daughter are the same. We are content with what we have. And do not crib about things. So one thing I want to tell here is that 1993, April, when I went to first trip to Gulbarga region, it is damn hot there.
Yeah.
Damn hot. And the first trip of mine. Then no mobile phones, no AC rooms, red buses. Uh, it would be so hot, believe me, that when we walked on the road, on the tar road, sometimes the shoes should get stuck on the tar. It was so hot. Autos were not available. We used to walk a kilometer in the hot sun. And if you had to call somebody, we used to walk about a kilometer for a PCU. Make all the points,
Right.
then give a call. And also you look at the meter so it doesn't run too much. So these are something what, after that trip, when I went there, I was struggling a bit. But when I saw the people there going and going about the jobs very nicely, without anything, without cribbing, nothing, then that moment I felt
Mindset.
I should never crib about anything in life. When these people in these conditions, they can live. I should not complain about anything in life. Be happy with what you have. They always tell you have to be ambitious, you have to dream big. I don't believe in all those things.
So,
Yeah.
what is one mindset shift or the shift in how business owners work these days? Have you seen? Like, there's a huge change, right? The way you would start your business earlier, it needed a lot of grit, patience, and etc. But these days, with AI, everybody's a business owner, right? So, what is that one advice or one tip that you would actually give people who are chaotic in the AI world and trying to run a business on their own? What is the one advice from your journey that you would tell them?
One thing is, it is a lot of things happening in the college itself. Like they are motivating students or driving students to be entrepreneurs at a very early age, which I feel is not right according to me. I may be totally wrong. Because what I've seen is people need that maturity to understand how business runs, to understand how financial things runs, how to manage the team, how to overcome issues, especially the problem is very, very important.
Yeah.
Because we face a lot of issues and each problem has got a unique solution.
Yes.
And that comes only through maturity. However brilliant you are, born brilliant, some people are there with a lot of exceptions.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it aside. On average, people, when
Like,
everybody
everybody teaches you.
excellent teaches you. So don't be in a hurry.
Yeah.
Life is a long journey. You work in some companies, try to understand how it works. I can see we have collaborated with a couple of companies where it is startup kind of a thing, like AI again, and very bad at communication. They don't respond. It's not a complaint though, but these are very, very essential aspects of your business.
It's a professionalism.
But
of your
there's basic ethics of business.
Yeah.
When you don't take care of these things, and that comes only by comes only by experience and how do you go about doing things. And of course, a little bit of that common sense is very, very important. Today, I feel a lot of common sense is missing in a certain way. Where I always keep telling the boys that when we go address a student, that in the product development, sometimes certain features of the product are incorporated not by intelligence but by common sense. That is, unfortunately, we can't teach it.
Yeah.
You can't teach common sense.
With experience.
It comes with experience. Sometimes some people get it by birth. Mostly it's a common sense comes by experience and the way you do things.
So at least work enough to have enough experience for you to start something.
Because it's not easy to run a business. It's not easy. It's today, but they're building the type. No? I don't want to work under anybody.
Yeah.
I want to be my own
boss.
Okay for that. I have nothing wrong about it. But unless until you do it the right way, you do it. Nothing wrong about it. But
So
I've seen a lot of certain people who started off, like you said, suddenly funding. Everybody talks of funding. You get funding, but how do you manage that
right
funding right?
How do you make your business legible? Funding.
And also that it's not always about getting the funds.
Yeah.
But the first thought should be how do I going to repay it, in what time frame I'm going to repay it,
Yeah.
how I'm going to repay it. That is more important.
Right.
I see a lot of people, I'm getting that fund. Pour in, it's okay. But what is the action plan to
Utilize the funding
utilize
that
fund
you
and
do.
then grow up and then be debt free?
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Right. So what is one thing people can learn from you who are watching this today?
I would say there's no replacement for hard work. You can always tell we work smartly. Still, that hard work is very, very important. So please work hard and with a lot of passion. And integrity is very, very important. The moment you enter the company, I always would tell the statement like, my daughter is getting married, right? And unless until she goes into that house and doesn't start feeling it is mine, it is my house, She'll not be able to give 100% to that house. Similarly, when people don't start feeling it is my company, it is mine, I am owning it, they'll not be able to contribute to that.
Correct.
So that is what I feel is differentiates people who really do the work. I always tell people that there are two things. There are two kind of people. One is people who work, they're from 9 to 5:30. Other people who contribute, there's the work after 5:30.
Right.
For me, when I started my career, no one told me you have to work this way, that way. Nobody. Boss was more of a technocrat. He hardly said. I'm very proud to tell that he spoke to me only for the first 6 months. He used to ask me the report. After that, he never spoke to me. After that, he never spoke. It was entirely on me. So at the same time, I also maintained that what is to be told, and I started owning it. And one more example is one of the competitors, top competitors. One of the vice presidents, one day he called me to his office, and I thought he's called for a business proposal, something like that. Then he told that Sunil, we're expanding and we need people, and we want you to join us, because every meeting of ours, your name comes in. He's a competitor, hardcore competitor. Can you join us? That moment, I told only one statement: sorry, I'm married to ALS. I can't leave it. It was like that. I mean, it's in the blood kind of a thing. So it's that's how we work. Like I would tell that unless you don't own it, even though you're working, don't own it. You can't work on it. That's why I wish that a lot of people understand this thing, owning the things without expectations. You work without expectations. That's difficult in today's time. When I talk to some people, they have their own way of explanation, and nothing wrong about it. I can't be judgmental or making statements, but unless you don't own it, you'll not make it. It's very, very important.
So, what is one thing Sunil should stand for? Not for what he built, what the company persists, or what should Sunil stand for?
A great friend. Great friend.
Good.
A lot of examples.
Okay.
So, but nonetheless, it's when you do something to your friends from the heart. Okay, like without that, okay, tomorrow he'll do it. No, it should come from the heart. I'm a classic example. A couple of examples. I guess we have time. One of my school friend, he told me, like, if you want to sum up my life, his name is Sunil.T.Shambhatnavar, a school friend. I 50th, my birthday, daughter and wife gave a beautiful surprise, and everybody was talking about me. And this person comes in and tells me, Sunil, if I have to think of somebody like a perfect life, your face is in front of me. Okay. So I feel that sometimes you don't do things just to prove to somebody. There's this WhatsApp status, I put one statement: be a good person, but don't try to prove it. I see a lot of people trying to prove they are good. Even in business, I always tell them, please be good, but don't try to prove you're good. Yeah. Business decisions have to be taken in the business sense only. Right. Don't try to show your goodness there. After, like, I've seen my colleagues, like, even when I was working, one of the girl who was working with us, and one day she made a statement: Sunil sir is something where he doesn't want to grow alone. He wants everybody with him to grow with him. Right. I don't tell them anything of that, but probably the style of working, or the way you put across certain things, people feel that. So you do things like without expectation. Like when friends, for example, they call for a party. One person tried, 25 years, I achieved 100% success in sales. He was celebrating 25 years. So all friends joined. I was the only person who took the cake with 25 on it, 100 weeks. I took that cake and went. I asked him to cut the cake. And one of my friend, NVIDIA, is Madan Shastri. He's right. A big man. So in that 50th birthday, he made that statement. He told that everybody has got an ambition. Nothing wrong about it. Right. But for Sunil, everybody is an ambition. Every small things he does, he loves it. He does it full heart. So this is what I felt. I did not do anything, but the observation of people, that makes it like, you do whatever you do, you genuinely. One word I feel what people compliment me, even my cousins, friends, everybody, genuinity. Right. That stands out actually. You had to be genuine to yourself. not to anybody. Don't show to anybody. If you're genuine to yourself, automatically it comes out. That's what I feel is very, very important in today's world. Being genuine. That's how is it.
This has been great, sir. I think to sum it up, you're not just a great friend. I think you're a great father. You're a great leader. You're a great friend. And I think it was not ALS. ALS is lucky to have you. Not that you are lucky to have ALS, right?
No, I'll cut this short here. Recently, coming to your point,
Huh.
recently I was chatting with one of my business partners. He's actually a competitor,
Okay.
but now we have collaborated. And in that, he told that while chatting, he mentioned, Sunil, you are much bigger than ALS. So you don't have to use ALS as a brand now. Sunil is bigger. But I told him, nobody is bigger than the brand and the company. Nobody can be bigger. It's always the company first. Whatever you are only because acknowledged by the company and the brand. People may, like always people tell me, Sunil means ALS, ALS means Sunil.
Right.
That is there. But still I always feel that company is bigger than anybody. And for the company to survive for long term, this should come down. It should not be dependent on a person.
Right.
It should be driven by the system. Okay, it should be driven by the people who are working. Even tomorrow, if I go out somewhere for a month or so, it should drive itself.
Yeah, the business
That
to
is
sustain itself.
sustain it. That is the actual growth of the company. So this is where I feel it's. That's how way I look at it.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. It was an honor to have this conversation with you, and we've learned a lot. And I think our viewers also would have learned a lot of things. I think it's very important for us to know that this is why with AR exists, right? To understand the true purpose of why this company exists, who are the drivers behind it. It's genuinely the founders, the system that they built, the genuinity that they bring to the table, which is very, very important for your business to sustain. It's not always about numbers. It's not always about metrics. It's about how long can you build this company genuinely for your customers and for your people who are working with you. So tune in for Why with VR again and see you.